We are coming back with breaking news here in the trial of Jussie Smollett. You know, we've been covering it. The jury has reached a verdict, and it is, at least for most of the counts, guilty for Smollett. Let me remind you of what had happened here. The jury begun deliberating last night and between yesterday and today for something like 9+ hours, 9.5 hours on our count. Over the course of the trial, they heard from nearly a dozen witnesses, including two brothers, who say Smollett paid them to stage the whole thing. That was the crux of the prosecutor's case here, right? The prosecutors were saying, listen, this guy's credibility, in so many words, Jussie Smollett's credibility is shot. The defense was arguing this was not the case. Smollett denied that this alleged attack against him was a hoax. Remember, this
former Empire actor Jussie Smollett was facing at least 3 years in prison for staging his own hate crime, and today he was finally sentenced. The man did not handle it well. Welcome into TYT's Overruled. I'm legal analyst Adrienne Lawrence. Jussie Smollett was facing at least 3 years in prison for lying to Chicago police on multiple occasions, claiming to have been the victim of a racist and homophobic attack. The jury believed that Smollett had paid two men $3,500 to fake the attack and lied to police as a result. Today, a judge in Cook County, Illinois, sentenced the 39-year-old actor to 30 months of probation and 150 days in prison. He did not handle the verdict well.
I am not suicidal. I am not suicidal, and I am innocent. I could have said that I was guilty a long time ago.
Smollett shouted out that he was not suicidal in order to avoid an Epstein, essentially suddenly showing up dead in his jail cell, because he does fear that the Chicago PD and those working in the jail will come after him in some way. Smollett, who does again maintain his innocence, was convicted of 5 of 6 counts of disorderly conduct. That's a Class 4 felony. It's the lowest type of felony in Illinois, and it typically does not result in prison time. Rather, it just results in probation. But the judge here felt that there were aggravating factors, particularly the lack of contrition by Smollett. The judge said this at the sentencing: "There is nothing I could do here today that would come close to the damage you've already done to your life. Frankly, I do not believe you were doing it for the money. You were making close to $2 million a year. You did this for attention. You wanted to be more famous." Smollett's supporters came out in droves to ask the judge for leniency, speaking of the good nature of the former Empire star, his lack of a criminal record, his history of contributions to marginalized communities, and also his potential vulnerability as a black gay celebrity if he is jailed. Of the noteworthy names, well, they included actors like Samuel L. Jackson, there was Reverend Jesse Jackson, and among others. Even the Illinois Innocence Project and Black Lives Matter submitted statements on Smollett's behalf. The judge still declined to suspend the sentence in terms of the 150 days in Cook County Jail, pending appeal. The standard sentence, again, for this type of offense was probation. But the judge would not give that alone. The judge is making him go to jail. I don't know how this sentence sits with you, but it doesn't sit well with me. The fact is that probation is the standard sentence for this type of crime. Probation should have been it for Smollett. He committed an offense, I'd like to believe, despite the fact that he maintains his innocence, but he's still going to have to spend time in jail. This is a very dangerous situation for this young man who is black, gay, and a celebrity, and has a big target on his back by law enforcement. Chicago PD was not happy about him putting them in a position where they were running around town using their resources trying to find these purported criminals that didn't exist. On top of that, as the judge noted, people in Chicago are very protective of their reputation, their identity, the city name. And so this thought that Smollett put a stain on it by saying a hate crime happened there. Also, if you remember, Smollett was yelling MAGA and other things that he claimed, white power, white supremacy, that he said that the individuals who attacked him were yelling. Yeah, so I think there was a lot more going on here, and that's why Smollett got the sentence that he did. But I want to know, what are your thoughts? Hit me up in the comment section below. Also, hit that like and follow button, and thanks for watching.